Today, we're going to talk about an idea that might just flip everything you thought you knew about success on its head. What if the very act of focusing on your goals is actually what's holding you back?
I know, it sounds totally backward, right? But what if the real secret to getting results isn't about obsessing over the finish line? What if it's about something else entirely? So first, let's dive into something called the goal-setting trap. Now, this is a way of thinking that on the surface makes perfect sense, but it might actually be the very thing that's tripping us up.
I mean, we've all heard this a million times, right? In business, in fitness, in life, the advice is always the same. Set clear, specific goals. It's treated like the absolute first step to getting anything done. But is it really?
This is where the author of our source material had this huge breakthrough. After years of trying and failing, he had a realization. His results, the actual outcomes, had almost nothing to do with the goals he was setting. It was all about the systems he followed. So, what exactly is the difference?
Okay, let's really break this down. Because getting the difference between these two things, well, that's the big aha moment. This is what makes it all click. So, a goal. That's pretty straightforward, right? It's the result you want. It's the what. Winning the championship, launching the startup, learning that new song on guitar. It's the destination. A system, on the other hand, is the process. It's not about the destination at all. It's about the road you're on, the stuff you do day in and day out to actually move forward. And this is such a great way to look at it. Goals are fantastic for setting a direction. They're like a point on the map. But systems are what actually get you there. You could say a goal is the rudder that steers the ship, but a system is the engine that drives it.
Okay, let's make this super concrete. Think about a coach. Yeah, the goal is winning the big game, but the system is the recruiting process, the daily drills, the way they review tape. For an entrepreneur, the goal is a successful business, but the system is how they test new ideas every week, how they run marketing campaigns, how they handle customer feedback. It's all about the how, not just the what. All right, so if systems are this amazing, powerful thing, what's so bad about focusing on goals? I mean, they can't be all bad, right? Well, it turns out there are some pretty big, fundamental problems when we put goals first. 4 of them, in fact.
We're going to walk through each of these, and I think you'll really start to see why this little shift in perspective is such a huge game changer. Let's start with the first one, because this one is huge. We have this tendency to look at wildly successful people and think, wow, their ambitious goals must be what made them win. But that's missing a massive piece of the puzzle.
Here's the thing. Think about it. Every single athlete at the Olympics has the exact same goal: win a gold medal. Every person applying for a job has the exact same goal: get hired. The goal itself isn't what separates them. So if it's not the goal, what is it? It's the system of continuous daily improvement that makes all the difference.
Okay, on to problem number 2. Goals often lead to nothing more than temporary fixes. Let's use a super simple example. Your room is a complete disaster. So you set a goal: I'm going to clean my room. You get a burst of motivation, you do it, and for a glorious moment, it's clean. But what happens a week later?
It's messy again, right? And this just nails the problem perfectly. You treated the symptom, the messy room, but you never addressed the underlying cause, which was the system of sloppy habits. If you really want to make a lasting change, you have to fix the inputs. The outputs, the results, will then take care of themselves.
Now this one's about the psychological trap we all fall into. There's this unspoken assumption that comes with every single goal. It's that little voice in our head that says, once I reach my goal, then I'll finally be happy.
So when you have a goals-first mentality, you're basically putting your happiness on hold, always waiting until you cross some future finish line. But with a systems-first approach, you get to be satisfied right now, just by knowing your system is running. You can find joy in the process itself. You don't have to wait for anyone's permission to feel good about your effort.
And the last big problem, number 4, is that goals can create this crazy yo-yo effect. Picture someone training for a marathon. For months, they are hyper-focused on that one big race. But what happens the day after they cross the finish line? Poof! The motivation is gone. There's nothing pushing them forward anymore, so they stop running and often fall right back into their old routines.
So we've talked about all these problems with a goals-only mindset. What's the answer? Well, it's all about making a huge shift in your focus. It's about learning to fall in love with the process itself.
I just love this quote from the legendary football coach Bill Walsh. The score takes care of itself. That sums up the whole systems philosophy, doesn't it? He knew that if his team just focused on executing every single play, every single practice, with absolute excellence, the wins would just happen.
And really, that's what this is all about. It's about sustainability and satisfaction. A system is something you can do every single day. And it's in that daily engagement, that daily process, that you find real progress and, yeah, real happiness, not in some distant future achievement. So let's pull all of this together. Now, it's really important to get this. This isn't about throwing your goals in the trash. Not at all. It's about changing how we think about them, giving them a new purpose within this new mindset. And this right here, this sums it all up so perfectly. The purpose of a goal is to win the game. It's a finite, one-time event. But the purpose of a system? It's to keep playing the game. It's about building a process that allows you to keep showing up and keep getting better forever.
When you really think about it, true long-term thinking is almost goalless. It's not about that one single accomplishment. It's about your commitment to the cycle of continuous refinement. So the question to leave you with isn't what do you want to achieve? It's much simpler. It's what process, what system are you willing to commit to starting today?